Hello, my name is Matt Haney. Welcome to the TriggerPoint Performance Therapy team. I'd like to thank you for spending some time with us today. We're going to go over all of our products, the information, and the education that supports them. I'm here today with founder and CEO of TriggerPoint Performance Therapy, Cassidy Phillips. Cassidy, tell us a little bit about the company.
Well, the company was founded 9 years ago, and it was founded on the basis of being able to work on myself. You see, you brush your teeth every day, but you still go to the dentist to get the real work done. So what I've done is create a line of products and methodologies to be able to bring therapy into the home. Now, the uniqueness of the company is that all the products mirror the feeling of an actual hand. What that means is when you shut your eyes, we hope that you will believe, just like I do, that a therapist is actually working on you.
Before we introduce you to the products, it's important to understand the education on which the products are based around. Cassie's going to tell us a little bit about the trigger points in the body.
Well, it's not just about trigger points in the body. I hear that a lot. We named the company TriggerPoint Performance because trigger points do set within the muscle tissue. But unless we're in there, we really don't know what's going on. It could be scar tissue, it could be adhesions, it could be fascial dysfunction, or it could ultimately be trigger points. The thing that I want you to concentrate on from a sales cycle is it's a deep tissue massage. It mirrors the feeling of an actual therapist. So if you want to bring your therapist home with you, we feel we are that product to bring home with you because, as we all know, it's difficult to bring your actual therapist home with you. Now, the realities of this are, when it comes to MCT, myofascial compression techniques, what we do is we actually build compression into the muscle, we build compression into the device, and then we take the distal limb through range of motion while taking the device through range of motion. Now, the reality is you're not going to be able to say all that. So the easiest thing for you to say when it comes to a sales type strategy is it mirrors the feeling of an actual hand and it creates a deep tissue type massage. Now, Matt, from a sales strategy, a lot of times people ask us, why do our products cost so much? Now, the real deal is our products are made for specific needs, specific products for specific needs. So if you're going to take our TP massage ball, our football, or our quad baller, they're all built specifically for different areas of the body. So when it comes to why our products are so expensive, they mirror the feeling of an actual hand. They are handmade, and they ultimately are made to be used in specific areas of the body, okay? We don't have one product really that's going to take care of the whole body except for our grid. That's our real consumer-driven product. It's more of a Saturday product versus maybe a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday product where you can spend more time with a person.
So customers often come in not knowing what they're looking for. They know they have a question, but they need us to take them down a path. What road would you take them down?
Well, it really depends on what their specific needs are. I mean, one of the big things that I identify with is who's my customer and how do I need to relate with that customer. If they're just a runner that doesn't really deal with any major aches and pains, they just want to have biomechanical efficiencies, well, then I'm going to go to one of our U6 kits. That's our U6 with book or U6 book with DVD. Now, if they do have some kind of acute issue, maybe lower back pain, hamstring problems, piriformis issues, then I'm going to go to the hip and lower back kit. It has everything that you need, not only the specific products that I just referred to, but they also have the specific programming. We're going to give you a DVD not only on the biomechanics, but we're also going to give you a DVD on the exact programming that you need.
So the starter set, I noticed that it doesn't have education. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, the starter set, we actually now have a DVD that's implemented within the starter kit. Now, the cool part about that is it's a brand new DVD. So we've put that in there so that we've given some small little pieces of education so that people will understand how to use the TP massage ball, footballer, and then the block that's incorporated with it as well. Now, the alternative starter set that we have for the general public actually has a fold-out flyer that's in it, and it gives you critical education in order to understand how to place the products in the specific areas and how to use the products. Now, the reason why we created the starter set with this fold-out brochure is because we want people to commit to the written material. Now, with that written material, they're able to go on to a website such as TherapyX and get more programming. But we also wanted to make it the most cost-effective product package as well. The starter set retails for $69.99. And what that does is it allows a consumer to get into using our products in the most cost-effective manner and introduce them into the programming behind the process.
Now, most customers, or some customers, are going to come to you and say, I want the cheapest kit that's going to get me where I need to go. That's not always the starter set. Talk a little bit about why the education is so important in those other DVDs.
Well, one of the funny things that I always think about when they say, listen, I want the most cost-effective, I want the cheapest. Do you say that when you go see a manual therapist? You say, hey man, I want to see the cheapest manual therapist out there. I want to see the cheapest physical therapist out there. I want the worst mechanic out there to work on my car. None of that really makes sense. So when it comes to a premium product, you desire or you expect a premium result. And that's where we really come into play. We give you that education and programming to be able to use our products on an everyday basis. So if you're relying on us to give you a premium result, we're going to give that to you because we've given you the premium education.
Cassidy, a lot of people I hear are using a rolling pin or some sort of a golf ball or lacrosse ball. Tell us, most importantly, why we don't need to be using those tools on our body.
Well, first off, all I got to say is if you're using a rolling pin to massage your body, or a golf ball to massage your body, or a tennis ball to massage your body, God bless you, man. I mean, at least you're trying,
yeah,
right?
Fair enough.
But what I've done is I actually created a premium product that gives that premium result. So at least it gets them into the right mindset. Yep. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's a stick, there's a foam roller, there's a Tiger Tail, there's all these products out there right now that people are comparing to what we do. But what nobody else does is nobody else builds the programming into the product like we do. So I think there's a product for every need. I mean, I'm not going to put down any products, but what I am going to tell you is you can expect more out of ours. So if it mirrors the feeling of an actual hand, if you can shut your eyes and really believe on what you're doing, and you can have the actual programming behind the product, then you're going to get that premium result. Now let me just compare a little bit for you. A foam roller, what is a foam roller?
Well, it's a piece of foam that I use to float on in the pool.
Yeah, that's right. It's a swim noodle. If you get caught in a flood, it might save your life. Our products won't do much for you there, but check this out. We did actually build a foam roller, didn't we?
We did.
But what I did was I made it hollow so that we're going to make it a more ecologically friendly product. We hollowed it out so we're not wasting all the foam, but at the same time, we've made the foam so it's durable, it'll last, and it has a 1-year guarantee, and most products out there, such as foam rollers, don't really give that. The other part of the idea that we did with that is it's a real macro level product. It will not only allow you to massage your entire body, but what it'll also do is allow you to do critical core work that you need in order to be active for the rest of your life. What I did was I created Smart Core, self-myofascial release and core work. And what that core work does is it allows you to take advantage of the tissue tolerance that our Trigger Point products have created.
So that's a great point. Let's talk about the Grid versus the other products, because I think a lot of people want to know, how is the Grid different? Why would I use the Grid when I can use the other Trigger Point products and vice versa? Tell us a little bit about why the Grid is specific.
Well, let's be real here. The Grid is awesome. It's beautiful, it's unique, and there's really nothing else like it on the market. And the channeling that I put into it actually allow blood and oxygen to pass through the muscle as you roll through it. Very unique, very effective, and very cool. But it's still like brushing your teeth with your t-shirt. It's not going to get the real work done. It can get the maintenance work done. So if you want to use the Grid on, say, a Tuesday and a Thursday, but you want to use the Trigger Point products on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday program, that's great, because what it's going to allow you to do is free up the tissue so that the link-tension relationship between the muscle and the tendons become proper. Then you can use the Grid to really do some flushing patterns through the process. So what I want to tell you, to be clear, is the Grid is great and it's more effective than the traditional foam roller, but it's nothing like the Trigger Point products. It's as simple as that.
Cassidy, I noticed there's a lot of differences on the Grid. There's a lot of different, textures and spaces on the Grid. Tell us what those are and what they're designed for.
Well, first off, what I want to tell you is the Grid actually is made much like a meat tenderizer. If you look at it and you cook, you're going to see the parallels. Now, what it allows you to do is push blood and oxygen through the muscle as you roll through. Now, what I really want is, I want you to shut your eyes for a minute. This is the sensation that I want, right? Feels pretty good. So what I'm trying to do is duplicate that same feeling there. I didn't want you looking at me as I rolled through your body there. Now, the point here is that if you roll through the different areas, you're going to feel the difference in each area. So we've got our fingertip density here, we got our tubular density here, and then we've got our palm density right here. So as you roll through, you'll feel the different densities, and the channeling is going to allow you to push blood and oxygen through the tissue. Now, no other foam roller on the market actually does that, and we've got a patent pending process on the actual device.
So let me understand, the traditional foam roller is simply going to move the blood around. We're not going to actually get anything into the muscle, right?
Well, let me ask you this. When's the last time you got a massage and they palmed you? You know, the soft palm sensation where it just feels awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, would you just get into the muscle? Would you do anything to get into the muscle? Just don't palm my back, right? So this is where we allow you to go in, and it's going to really get that movement through the blood and oxygen. Now, on a traditional foam roller, you're going to pull blood on each side of it, whereas once again, this is going to allow you to transfer it through. But here's the kicker. Now, once again, if you don't like to have a palm massage, then this is going to give you a better massage, but then our trigger point products are going to even give you more. So let's be sure that we separate the two. This is level 1. This is a great way to get people into the programming of self-myofascial release. And then our trigger point products are a great way to get people into the process of MCT, myofascial compression techniques. It's going to yield a greater return and give you a greater result.
Thank you very much for spending some time with us today. It's very important that the customers come to you as the expert. You've always got to send your customer on a journey and create an experience. Cassidy, tell us ways that you create experiences with people.
Well, I think my life revolves around experience. I mean, if you're going to separate yourself from any other retailer out there, you really have to concentrate on the experience. You know, in the competitive market that there is today, it's that experience that's going to separate you from anyone else. So the big thing that I want you to think about is, have you ever thought about pulling the negativity of the body out of the equation before putting them into a new shoe? I mean, what I mean by this is you have no idea if your customer ran 10 miles the day before they came in and they want a new shoe. So if you use our programming to pull the negativity of the old shoe out and or take the wear and tear off the body before getting them into the new shoe, that's going to give a real experience that they would not get elsewhere. Another thing is a great way is to have people understand that the liability is much greater if you don't take care of your body and you keep trying to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And what I mean by that is most people don't think about, hey, listen, you know, I'm going to think about a regen perspective. Actually, that's what they think about most is the foam rollers out there today. They say after a run, go ahead and roll out your body. You'll feel a lot better and you'll prep your body for the next day.
But what about before workout?
That's exactly my point.
Okay.
I mean, you have to think about it. You don't take a test and say, I'm just going to rely on the knowledge in my head to be able to get me through this test. You study for the test, you take the test, and then a lot of times you forget about the information after the fact.
So what you're saying is it's important to spend time ahead and in front of in preparation.
Absolutely. Pre-gen. Prep the tissue to tolerate the demands you place upon it. Listen, all you coaches out there, a lot of you running coaches are working in stores as well. And the point I'm making here is if your client, if your coached athlete is not able to tolerate the demands you place upon them, compromise will occur. It's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when. So if you can just think about putting the liquid into the sponge before they get out there and exercise, there's going to be more pliability within the muscle, and in the end, they're going to enjoy the process that much more.
So it's important, get your customers on the ground, get them using the products, get them engaged, because that's when they're going to see the biggest difference.
And with that, make sure that you give them the education that they need, not what they want. I mean, you're a coach. Give them what they need. They're always going to come back for more. We're going to help you every step of the way. It's my life dedication to give you everything that you need so that you can communicate with your customers so that we can continue to have people healthy, happy, and in the end, living a quality of life.
Thanks for your time today, guys. It's important. Create an experience for your customer. Make it a great day.
Thank you very much. We'll see you.